Today's session dives into an unexpected ingredient for long-term success: the power of play. It might sound counterintuitive, but the ability to approach life with a sense of curiosity and creativity is vital for growth, not just personally, but in your career and business as well. Before we get started, find a quiet, comfortable spot where you can settle in. If you're outdoors, slow your pace to a gentle stroll or find a place to sit and relax. When we talk about play, it's easy to think of it as a waste of time or something trivial, just children's games. But think about how kids experience the world. Everything is new. Every why and what if they ask is a doorway to learning and discovery. They're not burdened by fear of failure or social judgments. They question everything and reimagine the possibilities around them because, to them, there are no limits. However, as we grow older, our brains become entrenched in patterns. We stop asking, why not? Because we've been conditioned to believe there's only one right way to do things. This rigidity is the enemy of growth. Adults, especially those striving for success, tend to cling to the methods that worked in the past. But as our world shifts rapidly, old strategies can't keep up with new challenges. That's why success in the modern world requires us to reintroduce playfulness into our thinking, to stretch our mental muscles, and consider unconventional possibilities. Martin Reeves, in his TED Talk, put it best: reimagination is the new execution. The days of sticking to the tried and true are over. In a world that's constantly evolving, simply repeating what has worked before is no longer enough. It's not about abandoning discipline or planning, but rather about creating a cycle: play, reimagine, plan, execute. It's a continuous loop of pushing boundaries, testing new ideas, and then refining them. But if reimagining is so powerful, why is it that many of us resist it? It comes down to fear. Fear of looking foolish, of being judged, of wasting time. Children don't have these hang-ups yet. They don't worry about getting it right because they haven't internalized those insecurities. For adults, however, years of conditioning have made our thought patterns rigid. We're afraid to look silly, to stray from what's expected, to risk being seen as anything less than competent. But the truth is, holding on to rigid patterns of thinking doesn't just stunt creativity. It also holds back success. As we age, we build mental models around our past achievements. We assume that what got us to where we are will keep taking us forward. But that's rarely the case. What made a business successful 5 years ago might make it obsolete today. Our personal goals are no different. If you're constantly thinking in terms of what's safe and comfortable, you'll miss out on growth opportunities that come from rethinking your entire approach. Now, let's consider this in your own life. What's something you're holding onto out of fear of the unknown? Is there an area where you're afraid to reimagine because the existing structure feels safe? Maybe it's a career path that's no longer fulfilling, a business that's plateaued, or even a relationship that's stagnated. To break through these barriers, you have to be willing to play, ask, what if, and allow yourself to explore possibilities beyond what you currently see. We all know stretching our bodies makes us more flexible. Stretching the mind does the same thing. Take a moment to ask yourself, what is one area of your life that could benefit from a new approach? Where have you gotten stuck in old patterns? Give yourself permission to think of one small, playful experiment you could try this week. It doesn't have to be life-changing. It just needs to be something that breaks the mold. For example, if your business has been using the same marketing strategy for years, try a completely new platform or approach, even if it feels risky. If your personal life has felt stagnant, what's one thing you could do differently? Maybe it's starting a new hobby or reaching out to someone you admire, but have never had the courage to connect with. It's about taking that first step to reimagine the structure you've grown accustomed to. Give yourself the permission to play, to question, and to reimagine. We'll see you back here tomorrow, ready to keep stretching toward new possibilities. Until then, keep exploring,